Good morning, everyone, and welcome once again to the NewOaks AI Podcast. I'm the host, Leland Best from Best Studios LLC, along with my friend Ray Luan, CEO of NewOaks AI. Welcome to the broadcast, Ray. How you doing this morning?
Hey, good. How are you doing, Leland? How's the weather going on there?
It's going well. It's starting to chill out around here. Gray skies. We have not seen snow yet. We're waiting for the snowflakes to fall because that
Wow.
happens
I,
usually any time in November. But
yep.
we can have like no snow all the way up to the end of the year sometimes. And then
Wow.
after that, it hits really hard where we're at. So we get buried.
Wow.
That's about
Miss
it.
the snow. Yep.
What about you guys? Is it cooling off over there too, I assume? Gotta be.
Yeah, it's getting cooler, but there's generally no snow
No.
in where I'm staying. So I
You get
miss
a
the
lot of snow?
snow.
Do you get a
No,
lot of
not
snow?
here.
All right.
No,
Cool.
not in the south of
Good
China.
for
Yeah.
good for you then. All right. Well, I don't see
Yeah.
anybody out on the feed yet this morning, so let's just dig right in and start getting into what's going on in the news, Ray. If you don't know anything about New Oaks AI, we come out here every Tuesday at 10 a.m., myself and Ray, to talk about the AI trends that are taking place in the world during that period, along with some, if any, future updates that we have coming to New Oaks AI. So today we're going to talk about a couple of things happening in OpenAI and Groq. First one we'll start with is the operator AI agent. This sounds pretty cool. I like this idea. What do
Yeah.
you got, Ray?
Right. So recently, OpenAI announced that they probably is going to launch the code called Operator AI. Well, which it means almost exactly the same with cloud's computer use. I mean, Cloud Sonic 3.5 computer use.
Hmm.
Remember, is a AI allow the AI to control your mouse, right? To take screenshot of your computer screen and yeah, and learn everything on the screen, and then use the mouse then to take any actions on top of your computer. So literally, it's gonna take over the job of all the white collar office works, right? So that you do not need to use your mouse to click here, there, and to download software and do all the kind of actions on browser actually or your computer.
Wow.
So
So kind of
yeah,
like what they were doing over at Claude, right? Where they're
yeah,
actually accessing your
exactly.
browser. Now we've got another component to this coming from OpenAI. Pretty cool.
Yep,
So
yep.
here's a little
So
example of it in action. Whoop, I just missed it. We're just playing back some highlight reels that are available on the internet. I'll leave a link after the fact. But you'll see here that they showed the Claude 3.5 Sonnet as a comparison, and this is kind of how it looks on OpenAI. So a little different interface, but obviously the same technical abilities that it has over at
yeah, and
Anthropic.
it's I think me and my partner was talking about operator or computer use, and we did some testing actually with
Hmm.
clouds computer use. It's very powerful. So
Really?
we build yeah, the demo is built on a standalone Linux computer.
Hmm.
And then my partner CTO, my CTO, he used actually cloud computer use feature 3.5 to open a browser
Hmm.
and enter www.mcn.com and ask the AI to download some software from scratch and
Hmm.
use the software to install Microsoft ASP.NET, start to coding already. I think the first application is going to be good for automatic or autonomous coding, and then we are going to use for autonomous testing the code. So in other words, we are planning to build our testing machine based out of operator or computer use. So we think it's so powerful and it's very dangerous actually. Think about it.
It could be.
If you get your if you get your operator online
Yeah.
and if you give orders, say, hey, go ahead, I can give you my password of my credit card. Go ahead and
Hmm.
buy something out of Amazon.com. Man, you never know that what the bad is gonna buy you, right? I mean, so
We're hearing a lot
it's
about
quite
that.
dangerous. Yeah.
I mean, I could see coming up with vaults for the passwords and the, the credit card
Mhm.
data and stuff like that. I'm not too concerned about that. But like you said, one wrong slip of the order process and you could be
Yeah,
ordering 10,000 items all of a sudden and not realize it
exactly.
just with one bad workflow would be the way to do
Right,
it.
right,
All
right.
right.
So
That's crazy. So how does this one compare? This isn't even available yet, right? This won't be available until the
no, it's
January
not.
preview release.
Yeah, it's not available yet, but I think OpenAI has a following strategy. I mean,
Hmm.
whatever cloud, whatever new features cloud launch, OpenAI is going to follow up on that feature and
Gotcha.
going to make it feature in within 2 months. So the two competitors are like racing up on the top. So, yeah, so which is good for us. But I think computer use probably will come earlier than we thought,
Hmm.
and it's going to open the door for the AI agent workflow that we were talking about. So the
Gotcha.
AI agent workflow is coming, I think. I mean,
Yeah, it just seems like, I get the idea of making it as autonomous and basically as behind the scenes and transparent as possible. Like put all this layer down that we have that does all of our medial tasks, does all
yeah.
of our outreach, does all of our incoming, does all of that for us behind the scenes that we don't have to think about. Obviously, we have to set up the whole system, but in the
Mhm.
end, it frees us up to do all the other things that we really want to do. And that's what I think people are
Exactly.
missing the mark on. They're scared to death that this thing's going to take
Yeah.
their job. And we still see it
Mhm.
every day, Ray. There are people who are
Yeah.
like, get that AI stuff away from me. I don't want
Yeah.
anything to do with it. It
Right.
scares me. It's going to take over
Yeah.
the world and all this
Yeah.
other stuff.
Yeah.
And it's like,
Mhm.
people, you don't get it. It's just a tool. It's incapable at this time of taking over the world. Now it has
Right.
taken over the world from a perspective of, in your face and on your mind, but the rest of it's just all nonsense and rhetoric we need to get away from. So
Yeah. I think
hoping
it's
that,
gonna take over the repetitive works,
yeah,
right? Like
exactly,
click, click, click. For example,
as it
you
should.
are, yeah, it should. I mean, those are boring work.
Yeah.
Humans are not supposed to do those kind of works, right?
No,
Like
when
you
you
fill in a lot of forms to apply for, visa or something. I mean, those kind of like boring, tedious type of work is definitely going to be replaced.
I look at it like biology, Ray.
Mhm.
Biology operates all on its own. It's autonomous. It does, we breathe, our blood flows, everything about us is autonomous.
Yep.
So why not all the systems below us be designed in our likeness? That's kind of the God mode when you think about it. It's like, why are we not designing things that represent the way we function? And that's kind of what we're doing here
Yep.
with AI, and that's the key. All right, Grok is next in line. We've got a solved problem on the table.
Yep.
Tell us about
Yep.
what Grok was able to finally do, Ray, or at least in some
Well,
circles they say.
there is a rumor. I mean, there's a Twitter post, I mean, a post on X, right? A
Okay.
Grok's employee said Grok is going to solve the Riemann hypothesis, which is a really scary post. Well, and then a lot of like, media's just retweet the post and thought it was true. But I think it turned out to be. I think that the what happened is that it's a parody.
Yeah.
A tweet, a parody post tweet because I think what happened is Grok's server just went down, and then the
Uh,
guy just makes some jokes, say, "Hey, we are solving the Riemann
Figured it
hypothesis."
out.
Yeah, took so much power so that the server went down, and we're verified that whether the proof is valid or not. So it's gonna take a couple of days. So I think that they're making a joke, but a lot of people thought
Yeah.
AI is so powerful.
I'm sure it is. Well, let's
Yeah,
fill in the folks out there who don't know what the Riemann hypothesis is, just for the sake
yeah,
of clarity. In mathematics,
yeah.
the Riemann hypothesis is a conjecture that the Riemann zeta function has its zeros only at the negative even integers and complex numbers with real part 1 over 2. Many consider it to be the most important unsolved problem in pure mathematics. It's the great interest of number theory because it implies results about the distribution of prime numbers, and it was proposed by Bernard Riemann in 1859, after whom it was named. So, a lot of word salad there to say that it's really just a hypothesis that's not really been taken down yet.
Yeah, it's so tough. I actually look at the formula of Riemann hypothesis. The formula is so difficult. I don't think AI can solve it yet, from my
That's a
knowledge.
tough one.
So
That's quite a
yeah,
math problem.
but
Easy stuff when you think about it, but not so easy when it hits the brain.
maybe not this year. But it's possible that with O1, the
Yeah.
reasoning, inferencing capabilities, it's I think one day it's going to be solved out of the mathematical the real hard math problems will be solved one day. 3, 5 years,
I
10
should
years,
hope.
I don't know.
Yeah, I should.
Yeah.
I mean, our lack of ability to solve it ourselves makes it questionable whether we can train something to have the ability. But, who
Yeah.
knows? I think sooner or later we're going to find that there's just a little fragment of something we've been missing all along. Okay, Ray, tell us, has Groq solved that? No, we don't really intend that that was the case, but the idea was a joke. New Oaks, though. We got some, the mission recap is to always help out businesses automate their system using AI and their business as a whole. The new tagline out on the website is 24/7 AI phone calls with a subtitle of Turn Every Call, Text, and Message into Booked Appointments automatically on phone, website, and social media. So we're dealing with 3 contact points now, Ray. Tell us how this thing is working. We have the AI web call, phone call, and the voice persona options. Let's get into it from the top. What is AI web call?
Yeah. So after ChatGPT released their real-time API with voice, which means that they use audio to audio technology, right? To train the model so that the model can make a real-time conversation with very small or little latencies that almost no one can sense or feel about. Then with the latest technology allow the AI chatbot is able to listen, understand, and talk to potential users with your business data, right? Not only the public data on the internet, but also you can use your business data train the bot so that the bot can use voice to take phone calls in both inbound and also outbound phone calls.
Mm-hmm.
So what we did that we make a 3 product. The first one is web call. So right now, if you go to NewOaks.ai on the main page, there is a bar with a phone icon on it. If you click that, you can just get into the real-time call with our AI assistant, Sarah, right away. And then you can start to ask questions about what is NewOaks AI, what does, what
Oh, wow.
NewOaks AI can do and for you. Yeah. So that's one feature that we have. And the other one we have is that we can deploy the voice agent onto a Twilio number so that when someone call your number as a
Mm-hmm.
business owner, for example, if you are a if you are using Google Map to advertise in your company, right? You put your website, your phone number there. When someone search Google online, get your number. When the customer click the number, and then it's the AI who is going to take over that call so that you are not going to miss your leads or calls, right? And then the AI can engage with you and collect information about you, and then make appointment for you
Mm-hmm.
eventually. So the idea is that we're going to use AI to pre-qualify the lead information and screen the effective leads into appointments with no humans interference. So that's the whole idea. I think it's gonna bring a lot of new opportunities that without the real-time API that we cannot do before, right?
So how do we attach it to the bot then, Ray? If we have an existing chat bot, or do we have to make a new chat bot in order to operate this
Well,
function?
good question. Thanks, Gina, for the good
Mm-hmm.
question. So the knowledge data you use to train the voice bot will be exactly the same, but there is a slight difference on the prompt, right?
Okay.
Because so that's why we use 2 sets of prompts for the same chatbot. If you are using only the chat bubble, you're using one prompt for the text-based chatbot. But if you're going to use the voice calls, then we have a separate prompt specifically for the voice features. For example, you can ask the you can prompt that to inject emotions on the prompt, because you want to create different voice personas, right? When so that when the voice, when the AI talk with real voice, it has some personality in it. You can have different names, like female's name or male's name, or different tones, or different kind of emotions to handle different type of use cases. For example, for a customer service use case, you want a warm and friendly tone, but for a a sales kind of use case, you want it more energetic, enthusiastic, or entrepreneurial, right?
Yeah.
Or even like more exciting emotions, so that the conversation can be spiced up. So for different kind of use case, but for example, for some professional training use case, you want a tone be calm down, and also like documentary like, and makes the voice maybe not too pro male, or not too pro female, but more
Yeah.
neutral, right?
Gotcha.
So
Sure.
that you got a very documentary like voice features persona. So after your preference on the personas, you can use different kind of voice. So, and when it comes to the voice quality and choices, currently ChatGPT provide eight different kind of voice persona. So we're gonna put that on the background on our dashboard, so you can choose choose different type of persona to train the chatbot
Gotcha.
according to your
Now,
own use case. Yeah.
now is ChatGPT allowing people to clone their voices at this time as well with their voice feature or no?
Not yet. Not yet. So they have like eight kind of voice persona choices for now. I think they're going to be they are going to be released that the version that you can train your own voice,
Yeah.
but not yet. I think it will come probably sometime next year, early next
Gotcha.
year.
Yeah, I know
Yeah.
that 11 Labs does that in natively, obviously. And I don't know if you heard or not, 11 Labs just announced they have a
Yes.
chatbot component
Yep.
now as well within their voice app. So, they're going to pop up everywhere. And that's one thing we have to remember too, is just because you hear someone has a new chatbot doesn't mean it's even a competing chatbot. It could just be their chatbot. It's not to say that it is a new bot that's going to take over, for people that need a new bot. It could just be that, oh, so and so has a bot that handles all of their business transactions, or so and so has a
Yeah.
bot that does all their sales methods and everything else. So you're going to find these bots popping up all over the place in various forms of industries and niches across the globe. So you're just going to have to kind of get used to interacting with these things, because they're going to be everywhere, whether you like it or not. All right,
Yeah.
Ray, let's talk a little bit about what you're releasing this week. Now, this, just to keep in mind, this web call and phone call are two different things. You can also
Yes.
converse with the bot on your web page. So a whole
Yes.
different process. And you do need to make sure when you activate that feature that you are allowing the browser to use your mic and your speaker appropriately. If you don't do so, you're not going to be able to connect to the audio feature on the bot.
That's true.
So we've got an AI web call rollout coming out to the professional and tier 3 users. Those would be people who purchased on AppSumo as a white label owner, or of the white label accounts as well. So the leasing agent, Sarah, is going to be the template. Do you have examples that will be out in the next couple of days then that people will be able to start playing with?
Yes, so we're going to build different templates. So first one is going to be AI leasing agent Sarah. We are going to put it out on the main page, so the visitors can test in the chat bubble. And also we have a voice version of Sarah, which means as a leasing agent for real estate business, Sarah is able to take phone calls from
Nice.
prospective customers, and then to pre-screen the caller as a potential tenant with their credit score, their annual income, and moving dates and stuff, and then make appointments So, and then before the tenants arrive at the property for the property viewing, the chatbot is going to send the combo code or password to the lock by text message and then do the follow-up later. So the whole process will be automated by AI phone call, AI text message, until the final lease contract is sent to the tenants. So we're building a whole agent solution so that there's no need for human interference. That was the plan
Yeah, I like
for
that.
the yeah.
So they're talking to Sarah on the website or on the phone even, and then it's really not anything you're aware of until they've been vetted and then forwarded to you as basically, here you go. This is what you've been waiting for the whole time,
Yeah.
and it's ready to have a contact. So really cool stuff. But the thing that excites me the most, honestly, Ray, right now looking at this, is the voice input output of walkie-talkie mode.
Yeah.
This just kind of
Yeah.
blows my mind. Tell me more about how you're doing that.
Well, yeah, so that's the mode that the voice application you can use on the chat window. Um, think about it in the use case that if you have a website, you have a small chat bubble, there are about 50% of our customers are using mobile browsers, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that when our customer open up mobile browsers and open up the chat widget, it's so difficult to type with a with fingertips on the
Yeah,
small
I don't
screen
like
of our cell phone. So it's
it's tough.
easier just to push a button and voice in the content and release
Mm-hmm.
that button, and the data, the content will be sent over to the bot, and then the bot read the voice and reply you with a piece of voice, right? It's like talkie, right? You
Yeah.
you record what you say and release that, and then the bot is receive that message and talk to you back with a piece of recorded audio. So that way is more convenient when you're on the go, so that you do not need to type in anything with your fingertips. Your hands are totally free to do anything else
Yeah.
during the conversation. So
Now, the
that's
beauty
the
of this,
idea.
Ray, with the new bot coming from OpenAI, or at least the new voice feature coming from OpenAI now, we're not dealing with audio to transcription with TTS and then back to audio again, correct? We're just going direct from audio back to audio, right? Directly to us.
Exactly.
That's a
Yep.
beautiful
Yep.
thing.
So the model is completely trained by audio to audio, which means they use audio data to train the chatbot. They do not need to transcribe the audio to text first and then use the text to train the model. So the model is a you know, modality model, which
Yeah.
can be trained by text, audio, and in the future, and also video.
Yeah.
So the multimodality is the future, and this will increase the accuracy and the response time of the latency, right?
I'm surprised it increases the accuracy. I always figured that it would be more difficult for an AI to try and figure stuff out based on a video without having an actual solid textual transcription of the true words that were spoken. Because sometimes
Mhm.
we don't always hear what we think we hear. And AI is going
Yes.
to do the same thing sometimes when it's hearing something, it may not hear it correctly. So I was kind of
Mhm.
surprised that they went that route and that it's capable, honestly, of being able to
Yeah.
determine. But I think it can reason so much faster that it
Yep.
knows, oh, well, he didn't mean to say than, he meant to say then, or whatever. You know what I mean? It
Yeah.
gets it. So most humans just can't operate that fast. So we
Right.
can't do that ourselves.
Yeah. It does not only learn, I mean, learn from the text content of the audio, but you also learn about emotional
Hey,
data,
there you go.
right, out
Okay.
of the audio. So you train them both on the text content and also the emotional content.
I
So
never
that's
thought
the
about it
beauty, I
that way.
think. Yep.
Yeah, I like that. I
Yep.
didn't even, that never even crossed my mind that it was picking up emotions in that voice as
Yep.
well. Well,
That's the
that's cool.
difference.
And we
Yep.
have two new templates as well, and then we'll take some of the questions out there that are popping up. I think there's a couple. Well, actually, Hilton has one. He says, "Is the voice AI live yet, or any ETA?" Go check your account.
Yeah, it's live on NewOaks AI's webpage. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
you
after
can use it on the
you
webpage as well.
registered or you log in, you can have 2 minutes of free trial at least.
There you go. That's awesome. And then the templates are the AI leasing agent known as Sarah and the AI hiring agent known as Ostay. Is that how you pronounce that? Ostay?
Yeah. Ostay, yeah, Ostay is
Ostay.
the name the name of the business.
Oh,
So
okay.
we already yeah we already talked about the leasing agent Sarah. So the hiring agent is that they use to hire it. So Ostay is a company which in Japan, right? So they are
Mm-hmm.
recruiting the blue collar workers to do the cleaning work for different type of businesses. So every day they need to pre-screen about 1,000 job candidates,
Mm-hmm.
just to gather their background information, their education level, their gender and their availability. A lot of information. It's very tedious and repetitive. So we already test with them. And also the beauty of that is that the bot can speak different languages, speak Thai, speak Japanese, speak Chinese, speak Vietnamese,
Yeah.
different kind of languages, and one really well. And then collect the information, pre-qualify the candidates, and eventually the bot is going to store all the information into a Google Sheets automatically and so that they just need to check the Google Sheet to get a result. They do not need to talk to the candidate anymore. And then the next step is that the recruiting agent, the recruiting AI agent is going to read the video or audio that the candidate sent out as a pre-interview screening. So they have first information collection screening, right? And then
Mm-hmm.
video screening or audio screening by make phone calls.
Mm-hmm.
And the last stage will be on site interview. So literally we have automate the first two stages in the process of hiring or interviewing. It frees up a lot of time for the employees just to the tedious and boring type of work
Yeah,
beforehand.
I just
Yeah.
saw the whole thing flash into my mind, Ray, when you said that, the bot, and I've built application forms for that process where the AI does the interview itself. But now imagine a graphical AI avatar with voice sitting in a Zoom with the employee applicant who is being asked questions by the AI to the level that is necessary. I mean, that's a simple process, and that's the kind of job that an AI
Yep.
can take is
Yep.
a application interviewer.
Yep.
Absolutely, that's a job that's no longer needed anymore in the world. You can simply apply an AI to that, and it's done. And we should be doing that across the globe. But we're going to have to retrain those people who are interviewers to find
Yep.
another way to do their job or find some other ways that they can apply their skills in that same niche. So definitely looking forward
Yep.
to what we do
Yep.
there. All right, Ray, I think that's all we got. Let's just recap real quick. OpenAI's operator agent will be available in January of 2025. Groq seems to have solved the Riemann hypothesis. That's just tongue in cheek for
Parody.
everybody
Yeah.
that's just catching that now.
Mhm.
The mission recap, as always, New Oaks focus is to automate your business operations with AI. Now we have 24/7 AI phone calls. Turn every call, text, and message into a booked appointment. With the new features, AI web call, phone call, and personas, you can now reach out to your contacts in ways that you never did before. So, Ray, thanks so much for everything you guys are doing out there at New Oaks. And if you want to keep up with everything that is New Oaks, stop by here every Tuesday at 10 a.m. for the New Oaks AI Podcast. Ray, you have a good day. Take care. And we don't have any questions out there. So thanks for stopping by today. As always, Hilton, you are one of our biggest supporters, and we appreciate it very much. So take care,
Thank
Ray.
you,
We'll
Lina.
see you
Thank
next
you.
time.
Good
All
day.
right.
See you
Everyone
next
have a
week.
good day.
Okay.
All right. Bye bye.
Bye bye.